Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on the episode in the review of Daniel. And it's been a few days since I've actually uploaded any content on the channel. I took a break for Christmas and to bring in the new year, but before we get in, into this video properly, I'd just like to wish all my subscribers and um on YouTube and everybody that's on my social media a happy new year. Hope you had a good Christmas, and yeah, but without any further ado, let's get into the video. So this video I'm going to talk about obviously my channel, my channel, and for the year, and we'll talk a bit about how the Smackdown that just happened, and stuff like that. But I'm gonna get the channel stuff out the way us. Um so basically guys guys, I hope to get shot on to do a few more streams. I really enjoyed doing the sort of overview sort of recap stream of 2025 in WWE. I think it, um, I think it helped set, I think it helped set all my cards on the table. There's a lot of stuff that, there's a lot of stuff that I felt should have been, executed a lot better in terms of the whole storylines, etc. We talked about TKO's horrible ticket prices for WWE events. We got into the whole sort of JCW sort of emergence, and how they're doing some good shows, etc. So we covered a lot of around, and I hope eventually to get Sean back on to do a retro review of Kill Ash at the Castle 2024 that took place that took place just down the road in Glasgow at the Hydro. As I've said before, I attended of that SmackDown, and obviously Clash at the Clash at the Castle itself. It's very hard to it's very hard to think about that being 2 years ago almost, because I remember it. I remember it as though it was 5 minutes ago. Oh, but yeah, that's one of the major things I want to get the channel back up and running. You've got the whole NXT reviews that I do. You've also got or the or on Smackdown sort of recaps I do from time to time. Um, you've also got I want to do some more robot wars and extreme robots discussion. I know a couple of my subscribers actually want me to um chat about that as well. Yeah, and I will want to maybe get a couple more people on the channel, even people that haven't been on the channel before and stuff. Obviously, that'll need to be figured out over the course of time. Um, and yeah, want to, um, I just want to kind of give you what I have, kind of want to give you what I have in 2025, but obviously add a couple of things and suggestions in the comment section would be greatly appreciated as well. Obviously, um, obviously, the term in wrestling products I tune into as JCW in this and I tune into WWE. So yeah, I don't know if you guys would be interested in me talking about JCW. When I say about me or on the channel, we talked about them briefly in the second half of the year or last year now. It's crazy to think that that was last year. But yeah, but will let me know if you guys would be interested. Again, it's a totally different product to WWE. That's more character driven and stuff. And JCW shows are shown on the psychopathic record you should channel free to actually tune in every Thursday. The episode per Emmy um per Emmy is on YouTube. You've got the likes of James Hall, Ehud Hill, AJ, Katrina Creed, Alice Crow, hey, Ninja Mac, um, all in that show. It's just a really fun show. It's very kind of more sort of attitude era esque style of wrestling. Etc. They've got a couple of really interesting storylines in that show. On the Philip side, though, only I'm going to talk about for Friday Night Smackdown before we finish off the video. I noticed, I noticed a sort of slight improvement to the show. Now I was probably on it. Now that is probably a big ditcher act or of it going back to the 3 hour on now. And now I enjoyed the show. I thought the ambulance actually uh, Damien East and I was done. Well, I thought that was a really good. I thought that was a really good main event. Only the seventh ambulance match in WWE history. Damien Priest picks up the win and some cool spots here in this match. You had the two Razor's Edge. You had the two Razor's Edge. You had the Razor's Edge through the windshield of the ambulance and then on off the top of the stage where Damien Priest actually through our door into two tables down oh you had the Maria that boy he take it is in a very a really fun sort of match. You also had the re-signing of Matt Cardona. Now Cardona now Cardona has signed a full-time contract. He um he's obviously he's obviously had a short spell of the JCW heavyweight title, and that title change aired on Thursday on Thursday on last week's episode. So the night after that it aired, because obviously JCW when this is take far in advance. Obviously my Cardona has obviously he signed with the WWE field. I know, and the one be on Smackdown going forward. Air a a squash Kit Wilson, who is now doing a sort of a on the whole SJW culture. A lot of people will, and a lot of people will sort of misunderstand that gimmick, but I think it's funny because he's taking the piss out of that whole. He's taking the piss out of that whole culture. I find it whole areas, but Mark of the owner ends up sticking Osh and Annie looks pretty jacked. It looks pretty jacked. He certainly put it on a bit of muscle since his departure. And yeah, and you obviously seen the pictures of Chelsea Green and Mark Ardona from married in real life and back age. So so I'm sure Chelsea Green is ecstatic to have her husband on the same show. And yeah, I really thought that was a cool moment. Obviously, you had a very passionate Romo Sami's in the ring. He talks about how he didn't how he hasn't yet on the world title, and his son asked him after the night's main event, I etc. He gets interrupted by Trick Williams, who says he's coming after the World Heavyweight Championship. He's a big star, etc. The the exchange a bit of a back and forth. And yeah, so hopefully this actually results in a feud because these are two of my favourite wrestlers at the moment. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that segment. So having having Matt Cardona return to WWE and having Trick Williams being called up to the main roster and will help SmackDown because obviously SmackDown's gone back to 30 years, so you have to um stack it up with a bit more star power and obviously if the Cardona return as we previously talked about here, um I genuinely think that'll help the company. Obviously, with Triple H running things now, you don't have the petty Vince McMahon bullshit when it comes to Cardona. So maybe you'll get to see a more consistent cohesive run in terms of the whole Cardona situation. But then, but also it's kind of a mixed bag for Chelsea Chelsea Green was defeated by Julian here in the rematch for the Women's United States Championship. So this match this match is a this match is a hell of an improvement over the whole Julia sort of skill wash yeah, she originally beat Chelsea Green Chelsea Green at no Chelsea Green actually beat Julia yes, sorry. And obviously there was a bit more of obviously there was a bit more of a match. That was kind of a 3 second skill horse match for us time, and obviously Joe, yeah, obviously the belts back on Joe. Yeah, personally, yeah, I'd have probably have preferred to see Chelsea hold on to the belt because what you would have done is obviously have Chelsea lose the mixed tag team triple A tag title belt, tag title belt with a FIFA age and triple A, but still kept hold of the women's US title belt. And now that Cardona's on SmackDown, have him challenge Carmelo Hayes eventually eat him for the men's title, the men's title, and have the two of them hold the belts. It's nothing against them, Joe. Yeah, but her first title reign was is but awful. Eh, um, I don't think Triple H has an idea of how to utilize Joe. Yeah, she's obviously a fantastic wrestler. Oh, but she's been a bit all over the place, so I don't know. Joe, he has got the belt. 'Cause that's the only kind of negative I have about the show Carmelo Hayes Carmelo Hayes defeated to Johnny Gargano Johnny Gargano to keep the US title out in a very competitive match. Um, um, also, Champa is now effectively been released. We just need to wait on the confirmation. Um, so it seems. So it seems that. Johnny Gargano is back to being a singles wrestler. Or they gave him back. He's like on it. I'm coming back for you. And he him I enjoy that I enjoy that theme song and yeah and yeah it all seems it all seems to be good. I like the whole I like the whole respect thing that Gargano still had the DIY he shirt on because him and Champa are not only a tag team but are not only a tag team but are destined for ends behind the scenes. So it was a nice sort of so it was a nice sort of gesture from Gargano. Um obviously obviously keeps him now as a singles now that Champa the Hearts and yeah, so that is a really good competitive match. This is this is era do I like to see Johnny Gargano now kinda keep him and amongst to that obviously when he goes back to the back to the line extra but kinda keep him in that sort of US title that US title conversation because yeah he has a lot offer, and he's probably my most underrated WWE wrestler. The guy's sort of a technician in the ring, and if you want to make the US title sort of that title where you just have that sort of epic match, have Gargano still be involved in the to the conversation when it comes to that championship. Um, but yeah, um, yeah, obviously you see, obviously you see, or if you need some charitable, how you have a conversation, have a confrontation and it's charitable. Williams versus Ray Phoenix next one. Or Ray Phoenix, I think, has been put on the back. Has been put in the back on a tiny bit, so it's obvious. So it's obvious that or Alex and you be super. So I expect to get the victory next in Germany, because that's um this it's already in Germany and Berlin. Um, so uh, I think obviously they have Ray Phoenix. I think maybe he should go to Triple A because obviously TKO owns Triple A and actually kind of built him back up a bit over here, and then you can bring him back. But obviously, he's going to do the favours for Chiric Williams, and it's going to be a pretty good match. Obviously, you see, obviously, you see to open the show, or Europe, and EOS guide to defeat uh, um um defeat the Kabuki Warriors. EOS I shall know and yeah defeat the Kabuki Warriors. Uh, I ask him a channel favorite on here and obviously will I show legend and attack. It's I kind of don't see the point here because obviously the four teams will be facing each other in a fatal eh, four-way style. Um, so I kind of don't see the point here. And yeah, there was a bit of tension between the two babyface tag teams. Jordan Hayes introduced herself to obviously called this to obviously called this Chelsea in an Alba fire. And then obviously she introduced herself to Jade Cargill. Now, like this, I kind of have what's about. She's not held an NXT championship of any description, so having her confront Jade Cargill straight away doesn't add up because it'll East Chiric obviously has held to the ends has obviously held to the men's NXT championship is held to the of American Championship, and he's just come off the back of a TNA Heavyweight Championship brother on due to the partnership that WWE have with TNA. So yeah, I so having Joe Orton Gary Ace actually confirmed for on the current WWE and champion Jade Cargill. I'm not really convinced because she hasn't held an NXT championship. She's done some great work in TNA in the past. She's a 7-time knockouts champion, but when and you make the jump to WWE and NXT in order for me to take you seriously in the main title picture, you have to have held at least an NXT championship in order to confront a main roster in champion, and she hasn't, unfortunately. Now, I'm not saying that she's a terrible off, off, but as I've said, um, as I've said, um, as I've said, I don't really buy that whole kind of situation. Obviously, segment of the night has to go to Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. Obviously, Drew is trying to get a rise out of Rhodes for the 30 stages of Hell match. He picks the stipulations, a normal one on singles match, and then he wants a false count anywhere, then it's a and it's a steel cage match. Hopefully Hopefully it's the actual steel cage that you get that they had at the Saturday night's main event show where they faced Damien East. I prefer the old school age because it's just, I don't know, it just seems cooler. Uh, but yeah, it takes the photo of Dust Tiro Woods' Cody's father, and obviously Cody is in the picture as well. And obviously, Cody still gets emotional about the passing of his father a few years ago. So I like the fact that they're still putting the reality sort of aspect into this storyline. Jerusalem she's the free and and he heads out to the and Cody goes it will her easy and then Jerome McIntyre Jerome McIntyre takes out a cigarette lighter and starts to on the photo horses and the ash can, and that adds fuel to the fire. And of course, Odika and touch Juru till the 3 stages of hell hatch and Germany in the or else he loses the championship. So you see where this is going, but I personally like to see a title change because Cody is getting a bit boring, and this second title reign has been kind of tight though. Let's be honest, there's nothing really that you can say ha- happened that's memorable, to be honest, and I'm ready for a title change, but I don't think it's going to ha- happen, unfortunately. I think it would actually, I think a title change would actually um, help kind of reset the product a bit and kind of give it some more oxygen supply, to be honest, but that's just me. But yeah, guys, that is my combined of a deal on SmackDown on and on my channel ambitions for 2026. Hope you enjoyed that, and will see you all very soon. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and I'll chat to you all very soon.